Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Just gonna do a quick update on the charts. Gold and silver, it looks like we had a little bump in price overnight. Today is June 12th, 2014. So there we go. Here we have silver overnight. It looks like we got bumped up price-wise approximately 31, 32, 33, 34 points. What I'm looking at here is the weekly chart, and here we have a descending triangle that we keep talking about. I mentioned before that I'm looking for it to bump this line for a third time. 1, 2, 3. And you can see this pattern when price gets stuck between two lines of resistance. One support, one resistance. It goes between the pattern and price, kind of like a corkscrew, gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and then sooner or later it has to make a decision, up or down, outside these lines. Being that this pattern is a descending triangle, it's a bearish pattern. So in my opinion, the price is going to go up and hit this line. I would even suspect that maybe it will go outside the line. People think that, oh yeah, it's a broken pattern, it's going up, everyone's going to pile in, and then it's in a whipsaw. I've seen that happen plenty of times. This is a yearly chart pattern that's taken over a year to complete, and we may have a month before we have any kind of decision. But as I mentioned, this price going in between this price pattern is like a corkscrew, and sooner or later it has to either pop or pop down or up. It has to make the price has to make a decision, up or down, when it completes this pattern. So we'll see. I suspect it's going to hit this line and back off. If trading volume stays weak, that might happen. If volume increases, does a whipsaw, they like to price fix this thing in the middle of the night when no one's watching. So there you have it. There's silver. On to gold. Gold's up, $12, $13, whatever it was at its highs. Here's a monthly chart. You can see the reverse head and shoulders, and it's coming off of its right shoulder now. Haven't really seen the increase in volume that it needs or should have when it is coming outside of this, when it's going to complete this pattern. It should, anything above 1300 we're doing good, but to get out of this trading pattern we need to be above 1400. So ultimately we have a long way to go, but today's action looks pretty good. It's starting to act like it's going to finish this reverse head and shoulders bullish pattern, which is just the opposite of the silver. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. Gold usually influences the silver price. So nothing more to report here. Looks like the meeting line is right here. That was the support. It bounced right off of it. So it's looking good so far. I hope it goes up. I hope that gold and silver manipulation quits because the physical market is so much lower in supply and higher in volume than this paper contract comics. So there you have it. I wanted to touch on some news that I found. From Global Research. I'll leave a link for everybody in the description. De-dollarization and the China-Russian bank deal, the beginning of the end of the dollar. Looks like just recently Eurasian anti-US dollar axis is rapidly taking shape because of the knuckleheads in Washington, the US foreign policy in Ukraine. Ultimately, this all started with the 2008 financial crisis, but since this Ukraine debacle, it's acting as a catalyst for Russia and China to become closer. And it looks like just recently 3 Russian banks have reported that people are wanting to set up accounts in the Asian areas. Deutsche Bank reporting a bunch of corporations are moving all their accounts to Asian accounts. The GAZprom, where Europe gets 30% of their natural gas supply, they're announcing that the oil company will shift 9 out of 10 payment contracts from dollars to euros. And then I think that Jim Willie mentioned that Turkey or Germany is going to have this transitioning contracts between, ultimately to roubles and the renminbi. I think Germany and Turkey are going to be in that mix. Also ties with Germany, the U.S. coalition, whatever, NATO, is putting pressure on Germany to help with the sanctions against Russia, and Germany's not budging because they get their energy from Russia. They're not going to kill the hand that feeds them, so looks like Germany's probably going to move towards de-dollarization as well. Turkey was historically a trade hub between the East and the West, so look for Turkey to be a anti-dollar coalition as well. But no one seems to care about what Washington, D.C. is doing overseas. We have this big border problem all of a sudden. I really don't think they know what they're doing. They're making a bunch of bad chess moves. And ultimately, a credit-based debt system cannot live. And when it fails, I hope that we all wake up and kick out these bankers, because we don't need to pay them interest on debts that bankers have run up. And furthermore, we do not need to pay interest to run the government. It says it in the Constitution that we do not need to do this. We do not need to pay private central bankers to run our own government. We just need to wake up and kick these people out. But if we don't, ultimately we deserve what we get, because no one seems to care. And that's the bottom line. So that's it for me. Thanks for coming by, and please support my sites, rusty'smetals.com and preciousmetals-prices.com. I truly believe that this is the year to prepare. Things are coming down the pike. They're escalating, kind of like an exponential acceleration. So Think about your family, your protection. Get some gold in your pockets. Transfer over those 401ks to an IRA, gold IRA. You got to do something because the dollar is going to hit hyperinflation. So, have a great day. Thanks for coming by.